Okay, so in the last video we set up the style tag ready to receive our specific rules that we're going to put in there. But before we do that, I want to go to the w3schools.com and I just want to look at their CSS syntax. So this is illustration of the syntax. So the way that it works, there is the selector, there's a declaration block which contains one or more declarations, and inside a declaration there's a property and there's a value. So the way that this works is with the selector, which is what we're looking at right now, so in this case an H1, the property that we're going to be affecting is the color of that font, and the value that we would be doing is blue. Similarly, within the same thing, and you'll notice there's a semicolon between. So the format of the syntax of this is you've got the selector, and then you've got the opening and closing curly brackets. Inside the curly brackets, you've got the declarations. The declarations are separated by semicolons. Each declaration needs to end with a semicolon. And then within the declaration, you've got the property you're going to affect and the value. The property and the value and the closed semicolon. Okay, so that gives us an idea of what we're looking at. So what we want to do is let's go ahead and let's change the color. In this case, my name is entered as an H2. So let's start with that. So I'm going to do an H2. So I do that space and then the curlies, and again I like to set up both of my curly brackets and drop that down. Okay, so we've got the first part, we've got the H2, we've got the selector, we've got the declaration block, and now we need to do the individual declarations. So I'm going to do color. We'll just use the same one, semicolon. And now, depending upon your software, you can handle this in different ways. Like in this particular software, you could go to a color wheel. Some will, some won't. If you're using a text editor, it won't allow you to. So that's one of the idiosyncrasies of the software you've chosen to use. But let's just do blue and then semicolon. Now I come back over here, and you'll notice that the H2, where my name is in blue. So what I want to do, just to show you how this works, is I want to go into this main body section, and where it says this is where the main body will be, I want to go ahead and set up another H2. Oops, drop that little piece of code there. I'm going to delete what's in there, and I'm going to do an H2. Whoops. Now when I come back over here, because that rule applies for the H2s, it automatically turns that to page 2. Now if I change that instead to an H1, what would you expect to happen at this point? It goes back to black because the default color is black, and I haven't set up a color for that blue, or for that that particular selector. So now let's do one for H1. You got to spell right. Put my curly bracket in there, and you can leave those on the same line. I just like to break them down because it allows me to better see what's going on. Come over here, and you'll notice that both of the H2s or the H1s are both orange. Now that allows us to do some things. Later on in another video we'll go into how to individually control those, but for now that is how you do an element selector. In the next one we'll cover ID selectors.